Towering high above Vancouver's skyline is a new building, and the price tag for a rental here is sky high.
$5,100 for a one-bedroom is something that is definitely up there.
The Butterfly is Vancouver's third tallest building at 178 meters, and the prices are soaring. A one-bedroom is listed for $5,100 per month.
It's a brand new building, it's downtown, it definitely caters to a certain type of renter, but I have seen worse in this city.
It's either really sad and like desperate, or it is really lazy and just somebody that has a lot of money and they bought it and they just don't really care if it rents for that or not.
He doesn't think it will rent for that much.
Corporate rentals company and wanted to include, utilities and weekly cleaning and, furniture, 3 to 6 to 9 month terms, laundry service, all that kind of stuff. They could probably get $7,000, $8,000 a month, but even that market's very soft.
So it could be a landlord that is really trying to maximize the amount of money they're getting simply because their own carrying costs on it and their own mortgage prices as well as strata fees are so high that they're going to try and get as much as they can just to potentially be cash flow neutral or not lose any money.
Other units at the Nelson Street building are listed for around $3,300.
Just because somebody's advertising their place for that amount doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get it, of course, but it's pretty common to see people trying for the stars.
So could filling 331 units be difficult for the owners?
They're either going to fill it or they're going to be able to afford to hold on to it, or they're going to go bankrupt.
We reached out to the person on the listing to ask how they came to that price tag. The message was viewed, but they did not respond.
With being a global city, I think that's just going to attract more projects, more people, and of course, more exuberance.
A piece of history was required to stay with the new development, juxtaposing the new with the old.
So I'm glad it was protected by being a heritage building. It's been an integral part of this part of the city for over a century.
He spent 7 years as the pastor at the church and spoke with the architect.
He asked, what do you want this new building to say to the city? And so I said, it should say, we have good news for you. The church has a magnificent organ. And so he had heard the organ. He thought about this good news. And so he proposed that this building look like 3 organ pipes that are put together. So the intent is as you walk up the street, you see reflected in this glass of a modern building, this older church that is still declaring good news to the city.
The outside stays the same, but inside there are many upgrades to serve the community.
So we entered into a partnership with the developer who developed this building. That's the financial engine to make everything else happen for the church, to build a homeless shelter, to build a children's center, redo the whole sanctuary, build more Sunday school space, more office space. I mean, the office space of this church is to die for.
At 57 stories high, it's catching lots of attention. Alana Kelly, Glacier Media, Vancouver.